let's talk about the false ascension timeline. This is definitely more intermediate.
None of this is helpful. I'm going to tell you why. So, the first reason is when you're choosing practitioners or books that you need to read. I've said this recently, but I don't mind repeating it. It's important that it takes you back to what is valid in your life. So, if someone is talking about aliens and that's something interesting in your life, that counts as being valid in your life. If someone is talking about something that is fearful, that is energetic, that has nothing to do with anything that's affecting anyone, including yourself, and it might be a systematic thing, is that going to be integrated in your life? Does that have to do with your interests? No. So put it on a shelf. Take note that you kind of had some kind of interest in it. It might be that you have a shadow that you need to work on, whatever, right? Just take a note, but do not involve yourself in that for now, because that means that it isn't something that you can integrate in your life. Not ground. Grounding is just like not big enough. That's not a big enough thing. Integrate. Is it worthy of your life? Is there any importance? Okay, so that's the most important. And I used to say just go within, but people get triggered by that and they're weird about it. So not go within. So instead of go within, just does it have any validity in your life? Does it match your life? If not, no, cut it out. Now I'm going to talk about the internal realities, the internal external realities, and the external realities. The internal realities are things that you have the power to change. These are your shadows, things that you've neglected, your traumas, the way you see life, your POVs. You know, people talk about ego, but ego is a record keeper of everything you've ever done. That's your internal reality. You have all the power in the world. It is very powerful. You can access it in the now, but you can also access by looking in those things and bringing them to the now. I help with this if you need help. So that is the internal reality. You have complete power over this. Now there's the internal external reality. Those are groups. Those are shared groups that have power and hold power because of the accumulation of the groups and how much attention people pay to these groups. Okay? These two you are in charge of as an adult. So as an individual, it doesn't matter if you're in doing spirituality or not. As a human, you work on those things. And the more you work on those things, the things that you're connected to, that you pay attention to, or even family, it doesn't matter, it will spill into those things, even if you're not paying attention to them. So those are the two ways it spills into it and gives more power to it. So part of when you're working on learning about your internal reality is looking into those external realities. Because when you look into those the internal external realities, those groups, for example, you know, a president or any kind of group that you're a part of, family even, just anything, really, just any groups. Hashtags, things that you watch constantly on TikTok, people that you watch on TikTok, books you read, religions, all of those things, those are groups, or friendship groups. Even it just takes two, right? The more you put energy into those things over and over and over again, the more they have power to change the external reality. So this is the way it works with things like you see externally, you hear about in the news of what's going on. That comes from all of that process. So if you want to make change, the biggest change is to pay attention to what you pay attention to, what you're going into, and also work on yourself. And pay attention to those things that you're reading, as in like for the spiritual stuff that she said. So that's what you should be paying attention to. And there are energies also for the external reality. When we make those decisions and it overflows, there are energies that work on that. If we're going to get spiritual, because this is from a spiritual thing, that organize what everybody has overflowed. So those people that we think are creepy and the beings that we think are creepy, they're not as creepy as you think. Like, you have more power than you think. And you can fix this. So empower yourself by focusing on the relevance of each topic that you encounter and integrating it into your everyday life. If it doesn't, bye. You can also empower yourself by focusing on your authentic, personalized, authentic excitement, interest, anything that you come across again that's very, you're like, ooh, excited. It can be something dumb. Don't think things are dumb because they're not. And of course, healing. Healing is not I'm healed or this is a healed person or this is an unhealed person. It is a process, it is a lifestyle change, and it is constant. So even if you learn a process for healing, you're going the to know that you're healed, you're going to be using that process and know when to use that process every time something comes up that is an unhealed version of you, because you're now befriending all those parts of you. This is what I specialize in. I help you befriend all those parts and I guide you through that so that you can start mapping out all these different parts of you and making sure that you're not using but exploring and befriending all of them.